everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to tear down and demystify one of the coolest tools in the entire ComfyUI world, IP Adapter Plus. Look, if you've ever dreamed of just taking a picture you love, the style, a character, even a specific face, and injecting it right into your AI art, well, this is exactly what you've been waiting for. Let's get right into it.
And the creator just hands us the perfect way to think about this right from the start. Think of it as a one-image LoRA. Now, if you've used LoRAs, you know they're these little models you have to train on like dozens of images to get a style down. IP Adapter, it does basically the same thing, but it only needs one single image. That's not just powerful, it's a whole new way to work.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll really dig into that one-image LoRA concept. Then, we'll look at all the cool stuff this thing can actually do. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty, gathering the right files and getting it installed. And we'll wrap it all up with some pro tips to get you making amazing art right away.
Okay, so what does that really mean for you as an artist? Having the power of a LoRA, but with just one image? Well, it all comes down to speed, insane flexibility, and a kind of creative control that just wasn't possible before. Here's the more official take on it. IP Adapter works through something called image-to-image conditioning. All that means is you feed it a reference image, and it conditions, or kind of steers the AI to borrow whatever you want from it. It could be the brushstrokes, the face of a person, or just the overall vibe and color. You're basically telling the AI, hey, use this visual data, not just my text prompt.
All right, enough with the theory. Let's get to the really exciting part. What can you actually make with this? Its powers are honestly pretty wild, so let's take a quick tour.
And this right here shows you just how much control you get. You can feed it a Monet painting and get that beautiful, blurry, impressionist style, or you can take a picture of your friend and drop them into a sci-fi landscape. You can even borrow the composition of an image while changing everything else. And the Face ID models? Whoa, they are an absolute game changer for portraits. And seriously, a little pro tip right now, that examples directory that comes with it, it's your best friend. Check it out. Okay, deep breath. This next part is the most technical bit, but I promise it's not that bad. We're just going to treat it like a simple checklist. If we get the right files in the right folders, everything else is going to be super smooth.
So here's the number one most important rule.
The IP Adapter node has this awesome thing called a unified model loader. It makes life so much easier, but it has one very, very strict rule. Your file names have to be exact. I mean, letter for letter, case sensitive, perfect. If they are, ComfyUI just magically finds them. If not, you're going to have a bad time. Getting this right saves you so much frustration.
First up on our shopping list are the clip vision models. The easiest way to think of these, they're the eyes of the IP adapter. They're the part that actually looks at your reference image and figures out what's in it. You'll download these and pop them right into your models/clip vision folder. You'll see there are a couple of main ones plus a special one you'll need if you get into using the cooler as models.
Next up, the main event, the IP adapter models themselves. These guys go into a folder you might have to create called models/IP adapter. And you'll see there are different flavors here. The basic SD15 one is a great place to start. The Plus model gives a way stronger effect. The Plus face is obviously tuned for faces, and of course there's a totally separate model if you're working in SDXL. Now, if you need to get a specific person's face into your art and have it look exactly like them, well, this is where the real magic happens. The Face ID models are for that next level portrait work, but they do require a couple of extra steps to get going. And here are those extra steps. First, you've got to install a library called InsightFace. This is the tech under the hood that handles all the facial recognition stuff. Then, and this is super important, most of these Face ID models need a buddy, a specific LoRA file that they're paired with. Think of them as two parts of the same tool. You need both. And remember our number one rule, name that LoRA correctly and the loader will find it. Get it wrong, and it just won't work. And here they are. These are the LoRA buddies we were just talking about. See how the names match up perfectly with the Face ID models? These just go into your normal model/LoRAs folder. Just make sure you grab the right one for the job. The SD 1.5 LoRA isn't going to do you any good if you're using the SDXL Face ID model. They have to match. Awesome! We've gone out and gathered all of our ingredients. All our puzzle pieces are on the table. Now we just have to put it all together. And luckily, this part is really, really simple. It really just comes down to these three things. 1. Get the actual code for the node into your ComfyUI/custom nodes folder. 2. Take all those models we just downloaded, the clip, the IP adapter, the LoRAs, and put them where they belong.
And 3, and please listen to this one. Make sure your ComfyUI is updated to the absolute latest version. So many errors come from people running an old version. Just update it.
For that very first step, you've basically got 2 choices. If you're a beginner or you just want the absolute easiest way, use the ComfyUI Manager. Search for IP Adapter Plus, click Install, you're done. If you're a more advanced user and you like having more control, you can use Git clone from the command line. Honestly, either way works perfectly fine.
All right, you are set up and ready to rock. So let's finish things off with some killer advice that comes straight from the creator. These are the tips that are going to help you really master this thing and avoid some common headaches. These tips right here are absolute gold. First off, the default strength or weight can be really strong. It could just totally take over your prompt. So try turning it down to 0.8, maybe even less. Also, try bumping up your sampler steps. It can help the AI blend everything together more nicely. And if you find your image is ignoring your text prompt, go into the advanced node and mess around with the weight type. And I know I sound like a broken record, but I have to say it one last time. Before you go asking for help, please check that examples folder. Okay, and one last thing, just a quick important heads up. The creator has put this project into maintenance-only mode. What that means is they might fix a major bug if one pops up, but they're not actively adding new features anymore, mainly because they don't use ComfyUI as their main tool these days. The tool is still amazing and super stable as it is, but it's just good to know where it stands.
And that's it. From a simple style swap to recreating a person's face down to the last detail, IP Adapter Plus is just... It's a key that unlocks a whole new level of creative freedom in AI art. It literally puts this incredible power right at your fingertips. So really, there's only one question left to ask. What are you going to create with it? Thanks for watching, and happy creating.